Welcome to The Huddle, a conversation all about competing, powered by Asahi Super Dry. Now I'm here with Rebecca Knaak, Katie Startup, Alex Greenwood and Ellie Kildunne. And we're here to get all the juicy details about what it's like to play their sport at the highest level and how incredible this year is going to be for women's sport. Alex, I'm going to come to you first. How do you think the rapid growth of women's football and women's sport in general has inspired you in your game?
I think that word inspired so big. For me, it's all about, we speak a lot about next generation and opportunities, and for me that's the most important thing. I think we've worked so hard, not just as footballers but as females, women in general in sport, to grow the game. It's taken hard work and time and a lot of effort, but I think we're in a really good place with women's sport, women's football, and I think we want that to continue to grow as fast as it can, but as in the right way.
And just on the back of that, how important do you think this huge summer of women's sport coming up is going to be for growing both football and rugby?
It's huge. I think the fact that it's televised, the fact that we have athletes from all around the world, not just in this country, and who are visible. The biggest thing for me is visibility, and it's become more visible for young females in our country and across Europe to have idols. I think growing up a lot of it was male dominant idols, but now we have little girls who look up to females, and that for me is just so inspiring.
And Ellie, coming to you now, how important do you think that this summer is going to be, considering some pretty big things coming up? Do you think that the kind of tournaments are going to spur on a big growth in women's sport, especially women's rugby?
Obviously, when England football was successful a few years back, that massively inspired me because I saw, the ripple effects of what happened and how it, from the outside, changed the sport completely. And even as a rugby player who obviously doesn't play football, I was inspired to be in the same world of that, and really want to be in that space as well. And I think the opportunity that we've got in this summer is, it's not just one competition that's big. There's across the board women's sport, even for the next few years, it's like one tournament after another where people can get on the back of each game and each occasion and just leech onto the next one. And I think I keep saying it's the golden era of women's sport, and I'm grateful to be very much a part of it, and feel very proud to share experiences like this where we can almost like collaborate them both, because there's lots that we can learn from you and you can learn from us, maybe taking free kicks and penalties, trying to get over the post rather than in the goal. But it's a very exciting time, and I can't wait to be part of it.
So Katie and Rebecca, have you got much plans to watch the Women's Rugby World Cup this summer? Are you going to kind of get behind it in the pub or watch it at home?
Yeah, I think obviously it's a home World Cup as well, so I think naturally, like, the environment, and I think across the country people are going to get behind it, and that's kind of intoxicating, like you want to get involved. So yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be following it, seeing how the girls do, and hopefully very successful.
Yeah, now I do have plans. I have to admit, rugby isn't that big in Germany yet, so I haven't seen a lot of rugby yet, but now it's definitely on my bucket list.
There's a lot of rules. We'll have to try get through all those. I'm still learning some of the rules, put it that way. Some of them I don't really understand, but once you get into it, as long as you pass backwards, run forwards, you'll see a lot of big hits and strong women. And I think that's the thing that's really inspiring. Is I remember the first time I watched a women's rugby game in person, and the strength and power and how inspiring that is to see women doing that authentically and inspiring other people doing it. I was leeched onto it. And it's similar with any women's sport. When I come to watch the women play football as well, I'm just inspired because I could be a footballer. I want to play football, not rugby. I don't want to tackle people. I want to kick it now. Yeah.
Now, talking about big tournaments on the international stage, it's obviously quite a high-pressured thing. Alex, is there anything you do in particular to kind of prepare for that pressure-wise things? Do you stay off social media, or do you kind of just get in your own bubble? What's your prep like for that?
I think the more tournaments you go to, the more accustomed to things that you become. I think the first one, I was probably like, everything, come off social media, don't speak to family, don't listen to anyone, and stay in the bubble. And I guess you kind of find your own path a little bit, find your own things that work for you, your own routines. For me personally, I think it's so important that to have your family there and have that support network who have been there along the way. But for me, the biggest thing is my preparation going into a tournament and not significantly changing anything that I would do normally. I like consistency. I like training leading into it to have a plan. I like to know what it looks like 6 weeks, 8 weeks going into it. And I think, again, like I said, the more experience you are with doing that, the more normal it becomes. But nothing prepares you for the tournament. It's incredible, and everyone's different. Every tournament you go to is different. You're challenged in different ways, but it's the best experience of your life. And the biggest advice for me is, and I wish 18-year-old World Cup Alex probably listened to 31-year-old Alex now, is enjoy every single day. Because sometimes you get wrapped up in what does tomorrow look like, what does the quarter-final look like, a home World Cup. After the home Euros, enjoy every single moment because it's special, really is.
Can't wait. I get goosebumps when people talk about it.
In terms of that, and you said you're giving yourself advice there for your younger self, would you give someone like Ellie any advice for that? Would it be the same thing, just to enjoy every moment and soak it all up on home soil?
Oh, Ellie, absolutely. I think that was the biggest thing from the home tournament we had. Just little things, driving into the stadium, the fans are there. I just have a minute to myself just to take it in, because you don't know if that's ever going to happen again. And I guess as the games went on, the crowds got louder, the games got more exciting. From the first game to the final at Wembley, the fan base grew significantly in the space of less than 4 weeks. But again, take the moment, even the small things with your teammates, just having them moments with your family in the tournament, that you just never know if they're going to happen again. And I'm really fortunate I've been able to do it multiple times, but I take no tournament for granted because it really is an incredible experience.
Well done.
And Ellie, if you did come home with a medal, when?
Right answer.
Right answer. If/when you came home with a medal, what is the celebration gonna be? Low key, friends and family. High key. We've got some nods over here. Talk us through if you even have a dream or plan about that.
It's not even something that I've not focused on what the World Cup's gonna even feel like. I keep saying I want it. When people ask me what's your expectations for the tournament, I always say I want it to exceed my expectations and be the unimaginable. I don't want to be able to sit here and give you an answer, because I want it to be so crazy that I'm like, I couldn't imagine this, I couldn't have written this. And also, like you were saying, I'm very much in the moment. We've just come off the back of a Six Nations tournament, and I was very much in the moment then. I'm now in an off season. I've got to enjoy this, because I don't want the tournament to come and go, because it is an opportunity to change the sport for the world. I hope it's going to be high key, lots of dancing, probably a lot of drinks, and just make a load of memories, because this isn't just if we're successful. When we're successful, it's nothing that we've just built through the tournament. This has been years and years of our career that we've built up to this moment. But I am very much a believer that you've got to be where your feet are, because you'll lose your next step if you look too far ahead. And obviously my hopes are to win that World Cup, but I'm just in the moment now, because I don't want it to pass at the same time.
There we go. That was the huddle, and we want to wish a good luck to all of the women competing on the international stage this summer. You're going to absolutely smash it. And obviously a good luck to our Ellie Kildunne.